Hey guys, Skinny here, and today I wanted to record a live commentary talking about the developer update that was recently released, covering the buffs happening to Trickster and what I think about them, since I do play a lot of Trickster and I do actually really like him as a killer. I'm also recording this video a little differently, doing it live, because normally I do my commentaries in post, because I really can't focus on things when I'm playing games. But I decided this one I wanted to try something new, so I'm doing this one live. So with that all the way, I'm going to get started and mention what actually is happening in the dev update. So for those who haven't read it, Tricksters basically, they're changing the knives to down to 6. Well, not to down, to injure, to 6. Which is the first sort of major change. And I really want to comment on that because, as some of you might know, back on the PTB, I was playing a lot of Trickster, and I made a video talking about the changes I'd make to him to make him a better killer. And one of those changes was reducing the knives. I think everyone sort of unanimously agreed in the community. Reduce the knives to 6, and that'll give him the buff he needs. She's not going to rescue, really? She really looks like she was. So honestly, I'm really happy that the first change they're making is to reduce the knives to 6. That really makes me happy. But to sort of remedy that and make it a fair change, they're also changing the way the laceration decay works. So now you need to hit a knife in 10 seconds, otherwise it starts ticking down. And also it'll tick down faster if I'm not mistaken. So if you don't, basically, if you don't hit them all in one combo, you're fucked. This Bill's really wiggling. He's got around the corner. I'm gonna stop trying to knife. So yeah, they're basically. Again, this is why I don't do live commentaries, I can't focus. But they're changing the knives to injure to 6, but they're making laceration tick down faster. So you pretty much have to hit all your knives in one combo, or you're not getting anything out of it. You can't just leave them anymore. Which I think is a really healthy change. You know, you've got to, you couldn't leave laceration as it is and then also make it 6 knives, because that would just be busted. Because you could hit someone down to like 1 knife really quickly and then just leave them for 20 minutes. It would be awful. So I'm really happy with what they're changing to laceration to make him a little bit better. The other major change that they're doing is they're changing the way main event works. So now main event will take 30 more knives to earn than what it currently is. I don't actually know the current value off the top of my head, but they're changing that. I really shouldn't be chasing this, but I don't want her to do this gen. Someone else has got you. They're changing main event so that it takes 30 knives to earn it. 30 more knives to earn it, rather. But on top of that, they're making it so that instead of when you like get it, you can only hold it for 10 seconds, they're making it so you can hold it for 30 seconds, which gives you a lot more leeway of activation. And also, they're changing the wind-up animation from 1.5 seconds to 0.5 seconds. So now when you activate it, it's pretty much going to instantly activate with no penalty. So you can pretty much hold it until exactly the right moment, and then tap it and be instantly on someone, which is really, really good. I think that's going to make main event way more healthy and way more, like, gives me much more of a want to actually use it as an ability, rather than where it is currently, where it's like got one specific niche scenario. I feel like such a dickhead for tunneling him there. It's got really like 2 or 3 specific niche scenarios where you can actually use it. Otherwise, most of the time, by the time you finish the animation, the survivor's turned a corner. Like now. Now, the only place this will work is to save me the knives that I ran out of. So I can still get the down. But it's, you know, not really great. So I'm really happy with the changes they're making to laceration. I'm really happy with the changes they're making to main event. And that covers that side of the things, but on top of this changing, because there's a lot changing to his power, they're also changing a few of his add-ons around. The most notable one being the one I'm using at the moment, the USB stick, which is currently one of his strongest add-ons. It makes it one less knife to do any damage. Because of the fact they're changing it to 6 base now, they're changing the USB stick so that it changes reload speed now instead of knives. Because if it stayed as knives, it would be obnoxious, because it would be 5 knives. It'd just be insane. This build's really good at dodging. Oh my god, I'm awful. So yeah, the first add-on they're changing is the USB stick, so that it will be reload speed at lockers instead of knives to down being changed. They're also changing the other add-on I'm using, Fizz Spin. They're not giving this one a completely new effect anymore. This one, they're keeping the current effect that it does, where it changes your throw rate, but instead of it being the current buff that it is, they're like nerfing the numbers on it slightly, so it's not obnoxiously overpowered. Interestingly, the G-Wounds Autograph, which is a similar add-on, it's just the weaker version of the Fizz Spin. They haven't mentioned in the dev notes, which is weird, because the numbers value they're doing to the Fizz Spin, I would assume, is what G-Wounds already is. I can't throw behind the hook, that's really annoying. But yeah, they haven't mentioned G-Wounds Autograph, which is a strange thing, I thought. But that's 2 of his major add-ons getting changed. But on top of that, they're also changing a few other add-ons that I'm trying to think off the top of my head now. The Iridescent Photo Card, they're now making it so that it's 2 or fewer knives for them to become exposed, instead of what it currently is, where it's just like 1, when it's all the knives. Which is a pretty decent buff to it, considering they're also reducing the knife counter anyway. But Iridescent Photo Card hasn't really had a place for me since they changed it so that you could still use knives to injure. Because at the end of the day, like, before, when it was like, you would make people exposed, but you couldn't use knives to injure. That was the trade-off for it, but since they got rid of that, because that really hurt you on certain maps, it's kind of just sort of been this weird add-on where it's like, yeah, I could insta-down this person from healthy, or alternatively, I could just throw the 1 extra knife, and then throw a few more, and not get slowed down. Like, it's weird. Is there a door here? Oh, there's a door here. She's just going to keep running main because she wants to get that gen done. I'm just going to ignore her. Oh no, she's moved here. She does know how to run other loops. Unfortunately, she had a good thing going on main because she couldn't really get hit by knives, but you know. She can't really get hit here unless I stop doing shit like that. My frame rate's tanking. Come on, 20 FPS. Let's get out of here now. Can we get decent frames back, please? It certainly makes it very easy to chase when I'm at 20 FPS. I'll resume talking about what I was talking about once I can actually focus. Oh my god, the frame rate. Oh, it goes straight through. Come on, she's only 1 hit. You really shouldn't have dropped the pallet there, Jane. Yeah, so what was I talking about? The add-ons. So I've covered Iridescent Photo Card, I've covered the 2 I'm using now. What else are they changing? They're making the add-ons that change the time before laceration starts decaying, I think, or one of the other ones, how long it takes before it decays, something like that. They're changing those to something really unique, which is every time... No, is that a different add-on? Yeah, no, it is those add-ons. Every time you hit a blade during main event, 1 blade, it increases the duration of main event. Which sounds like they're going to be really fun add-ons. It's the Pocket Watch and the Lucky Blade, I think, that they're changing. So every blade you land during main event will increase the duration of main event. Oh, she did. Oh, I thought you still won. She decayed. I could have got that down as well if I just remembered to throw 2. Oh, they're going to get that gen that Dwight was on now, over there. They were going to get that even if I did get the down, but like at least it would have been worth it for me. That spooks him off. I got them both off it, that's fine by me. Do that for momentum. Can reload on this locker while she's on the TL. I think I've covered all the add-ons that they're changing now. So they are also changing his perks. They're changing No Way Out and the one that isn't Starstruck, crowd control. So No Way Out is going to become pretty potent. It's now 12 seconds base and can be increased by 12 seconds for every hook. But on top of that, it's now no longer going to activate right off as soon as the gates are powered. It's now going to wait until someone actually touches the gate. And when they touch the gate, it's going to give you a notification and tell you, like, hey, they're on this gate, and then the gates will become blocked for a minute at max, like a minute and a bit, just a bit. It's quite potent, to be honest. It's going to really, like, people are saying it's going to invalidate Remember Me. It won't invalidate Remember Me, because at least Remember Me keeps them on the gates, whereas No Way Out kind of just leaves them to do nothing. So it's not going to completely make Remember Me obsolete, but it will be significant for the way that perk works. And crowd control, they're not doing anything as significant too. They're just bumping the numbers on it to 20 seconds at level 3 that it'll block a window for. So they're pretty interesting changes to his perks. I don't really ever use his perks because they're a bit niche. I don't really want to chase main building, it's awful. But yeah, so I think I've covered everything that they're doing with Trickster. So I guess I might as well, I've sort of partially given my thoughts throughout as I've been playing, but I suppose I'll sort of round out now and give a more generalized opinion on my thoughts. Opinion on my thoughts. This is why you don't do live commentaries, man. Fucking how I think about the changes as a whole. Oh my god, all these loops, man. I'm really pleased with them. As someone who extensively plays Trickster now and really enjoys him as a killer now, it's great that they're making him better than what he currently is. He's not going to become overly strong. He never will, because just when he stacks up to other killers, he just doesn't have it. But it definitely will make it so that he's not the worst killer in the game, which he's currently branded as. So it'll definitely help improve him as a killer in terms of being easier to play. I should have brought that pallet ages ago. I could have had her there if that pallet wasn't up. She makes it all the way that distance. I can barely see her as well. She goes straight through, yeah. I didn't break this one earlier either. That is a really good layout for that building though. They're on that gen, but I can get this down. As long as she doesn't have dead hard. I don't think she does, I haven't seen it. No. This is the second time I've downed Jane in this building and I'm slugging her for this gen. So yeah, Trickster changes. I'm really happy with them, because I really like Trickster as a killer, and I'm glad that they're doing something to make him a little bit better. Item greed just killed you, my friend. Never greed for items. There's a reason it's one of the 7 deadly sins. And I'm really pleased that they're changing it. I've kind of got nothing else to say, so the rest of my commentary will be actually talking about how this game's going now. Which, to be honest, considering I've been more focused on talking than I have been on playing, isn't actually going all too bad. So, yeah. This Jane is particularly annoying, because I've had 2 downs on her now that I've just not been able to capitalize on. I may have to main event here. She loves main building. Which, to be honest, I would too if I was against a Trickster, because it's a strong building against him. One knife I have to put away because there's a window coming up. If she had head on, she could have got me there. Well, probably not. I would have grabbed her, but still. They have got off it. Is it Dwight trying to hide in the reeds again? No. I'm kind of hoping one of these two people chases back into main so I can reload mid-chase. Yes, thank you, Dwight. Dwight has a key. He just became priority. He's run out back to the left. Jane is pretty much running next to me. No, she's above me. I don't want to tunnel her. There we go. They're on that Jen. I'm gonna leave Dwight. I should capitalize on Jane because she's only a couple hits off and she's still injured. One knife. Your lock is not going to help you. I think she's got DS. I'm going to leave her. She seemed way too eager to get in that locker. Ah, she was on the gen. She was on the gen. She's been eager to get in lockers all game. What am I thinking? She's been jumping in lockers all the time to try and dodge knives. Feel bad for tunneling her, but she did kind of sit on a gen in my face with Jill. So, 3 hooks left, 2 people. 2 gens as well. Actually, it might be 2 hooks left. I don't think it's counted gens yet. It's 2 hooks left. They're both dead on hook. Oh no, it is 3. It did a little flash red that made me distracted. The hatch is there. Dwight has a key. So I need to make sure he doesn't find that. But that requires actually finding Dwight. And to be honest, he's probably hiding in bushes because he was doing that earlier. Him being full health means that I could stand on top of it and he'd still get it. I think Jill might have a key as well. I feel like I saw one in her hands when I was chasing her and Jane off that gen. Something about that loop keeps tanking my frames to 20 FPS. It's gone down again. Although it's still down now, which isn't very helpful. Yeah, they're playing really immersed in healing. I suspect they want to try and key out with hatch. I just kind of have to hope that they don't know it's there. I heard Jill. She's gone into the basement. Yeah. Sprint burst saved her a bit there. Main event could save me though. Need to wait for the right moment to activate. I'm gonna run out of time. That's where the buff would have come in handy. Does she know Hatch is there? I suspect she does. Main event though. Come on. It's fine. I have like 3 knives left, I think, and she's only 2. 13 knives, that's even better. Is it her that's dead on hook? No, it's Dwight that's dead on hook. This is dangerously close to where Hatch is, but... if I reload here, I should be able to... I don't have main event anymore, which is sad. But I should be able to punish their altruism. I suspect Dwight knows where Hatch is and he's hiding close to it or something. Yeah, he's there. Yeah, you're not making that, Dwight. unhooking in a Trickster's face. You're not making that. GG, guys. So yeah, closing thoughts, how I feel about the Trickster Buffs. Really happy with them, can't wait to get my hands on them. Don't know if I'll download the PTB, because of the queue times, and I don't think many people will be on it anyway. But in terms of when it hits live servers, you can expect my Trickster videos to like quadruple in play, because I will definitely be playing them a lot more. Not like I haven't uploaded only Trickster in forever, though. Like, but yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of experiment into live commentary. It probably won't be a very frequent thing, considering my lack of concentration causing me to and ah a lot more than I already do, and you know, not focus. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys feel the same way as I do about the Trickster Buffs. Let me know, comment. That would be hype. I would always love a good comment or two. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.